You're listening to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance, Protecting Texas Churches. The show that gives pastors and church leaders the clarity they need to protect their people, property, and ministry.
Welcome back to Faith Stewardship and Insurance, Protecting Texas Churches. I'm your host, Ron Wadley with Insurance for Texans. We help church leaders to protect their people and property with wisdom and clarity. Today, we're talking about something most pastors and church leaders don't think about, and that is the extra protection afforded to their church through an umbrella policy. Stephen serves on the leadership team at his church here in Texas. Like a lot of churches, they love hosting community events, food trucks, fellowship nights, bounce houses for kids, the kind of things that bring families together and open doors for ministry. But recently, Stephen heard about a neighboring church in San Antonio that hosted a very similar event. Everything was going great until a child was injured. What started as an accident turned into a lawsuit. Legal fees piled up. The church's insurance limits were hit faster than anyone expected, and the financial strain lingered long after the event ended. Stephen couldn't shake the question, what if that had been us? That question led him to a conversation with his church insurance agent at Insurance for Texans. And that's where he learned about something many churches don't realize they're missing, an umbrella policy. Here's the reality. Most Texas churches carry general liability insurance. That's good. It covers things like slip and fall injuries, accidents on church property, and basic legal defense. Some churches also carry coverage for directors and officers, employment practices, counseling, and/or sexual misconduct liability. But every one of those policies has a limit. And lawsuits don't stop just because your policy limit does. That's where an umbrella policy comes in. Think of an umbrella policy as extra coverage that sits on top of your existing liability policies. When one of those underlying policies reaches its limit, the umbrella policy steps in and keeps paying. Not for minor issues, but for the big ones. The kind of claims that can threaten a church's ability to keep its doors open. Stephen realized something important. It wasn't that his church was careless. It was that their ministry was active. They served kids. They hosted the community. They opened their campus to people who didn't normally walk into a church building. That kind of ministry carries risk. And risk doesn't mean you stop doing ministry. It means you prepare wisely. An umbrella policy doesn't replace your existing insurance. It strengthens it. It extends protection across multiple areas, whether that's a serious injury claim, an auto accident involving a church van, or a lawsuit that stretches beyond what anyone expected. Without that extra layer, one large claim can drain reserves, derail plans, and force leaders into decisions they never wanted to make. With it, the church can weather the storm and keep focusing on its mission. If you are a church leader in Texas and you host events, run programs, operate vehicles, or simply want to protect your ministry from the financial impact of a major lawsuit, contact our church insurance team at insurancefortexans.com. And if you want a clear framework for understanding risk, responsibility, and long-term protection for your church, grab a copy of our book, The Promise of Certainty, at thepromiseofcertainty.com. It's written for leaders who want clarity instead of guesswork. I'm Ron Wadley, and this has been Faith Stewardship and Insurance, Protecting Texas Churches. Until next time, remember, putting an umbrella policy in place today could save your church a whole lot of heartache down the road.
Thanks for listening to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance. Until next time, remember, insurance isn't just about policies. It's about safeguarding the mission God has called you to lead.